Habari maafrika, mimi na King, nina furaha kukutana na wewe. Asante kwa kutazama King Said So. Listen, my African people, the MK political party led by Jacob Zuma is showing us flames. Whether you like them or not, politics is a numbers game. Darren Keer has joined the MK party as a head of research. Now, this is not new that an influencer has joined a political party. I mean, we have seen some celebrities, singers, and actors joining the EFF, Ringo. So we have seen a lot of that. We have also seen some comedians joining the Patriotic Alliance. We have seen a lot of that. I think there are 2 of them in parliament. We have seen some social influencer joining the Democratic Alliance. We have seen a lot of that. But right now, this new wave that the MK is creating in politics is going to shock a lot of people. Darren Keer is not just any other influencer. He's an influencer that comes with numbers. On TikTok, about 200, yes, I said 235,000 followers. 235,000 followers on TikTok and about 31,000 followers on X. Now, the type of character, the reason why we're making a video about Darren is because of the type of character he is. This is a true Pan-Africanist, a true pro-African, stance, ideology that is Africans must get back whatever they lost to the colonizers. He's that type of a character. A colored boy that is not confused at all. 33 years old. And now he is the head of research in the MK political party. What is your party doing? If you've been listening to me, in fact, the last video I did, I talked about political parties going to other political parties and taking what is rightfully theirs. I said Zungula must join the EFF. You guys are fighting me on the comment section. Now we are in a new stage, a new era that political parties are going to start approaching celebrities, soccer stars, sports personalities, influencers. They're going to approach them. Be ready. Be ready. In fact, if you've been listening to me before the elections, if you've been watching my channel for 6 months, you know your boy King was also approached. Let's talk about that and much more.
Welcome to King Said So. Africa's one land, one language, one currency, one army on King Said So. Africans can unite. Your Pan-Africanist podcast. Enjoy.
Peace in Pan-Africanism to all my African brothers and sisters from all around the world. Welcome back to King Said So. I'm your host, Kagiso Hlongwane Zinjiva Sono. And we're back at it again with another one. And I'm excited for this news that Darren Keer has, moved literally from the EFF to the MK. I'm not happy that he moved from the EFF to the MK. I'm excited that a party gave an influencer a serious deal. Head of research. And the boy is so well learned. I followed him on TikTok and I'm like, my God, where does this one come from? What type of a color is this? This is a beautiful, handsome, bright-minded, intelligent young man. I was like, I'm so impressed. Listening to him, addicted to his channel, watching almost everything that he posted. So I'm so happy for him as a young man. I'm more happy for him as an influencer that his dream of getting involved in politics in a meaningful way has finally came through. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say to you? It's a new era of politics, where political parties, especially these ones that want 2/3 majority, they understand that it's a numbers game. The MK political party has approached a few of us before the elections. Well, some of us were approached by just mere people that it was not a serious approach, but the parties has approached us. Darren has spoken to some few people before the elections and after the elections. I wonder if the ANC is deploying the same tactic. I wonder if the EFF is deploying the same tactic. This thing of saying a person must come in a political party and work their way up the ranks is not going to work for everyone. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say to you? Let's listen first to Darren before I break it down more. I must credit to Season of Welsh, the Dr. Season of Welsh. I mean, beautiful podcast. We are all addicted. When it drops, we run to the channel. Let's all support and subscribe to Dr. Season of Welsh. We have to give acknowledgement to that. So let's listen to Darren and how he joined the MK. Yo, it's fantastic news.
Interview.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you want to just let's just break
Let's
this
just
right
get into
now.
it.
Yeah.
What do you want to know? Go for it. Shoot.
You're wearing an MK hoodie.
I am indeed.
Can you explain to us why you're wearing an MK hoodie?
Yes. So MK is a political party that is registered in.
You're not helping me beat the charges of this being an MK podcast.
You know, what's funny is that, like we said before we started, we had scheduled this meeting.
Yeah.
Early October.
Yeah.
We scheduled to come back to sit end of November.
Yeah.
And I officially started with MK on the 22nd of October. So it's 3 weeks after we had already scheduled this.
Wow.
Then turns out.
Yeah. So let's get into it. You've decided to join MK Party. Talk us through that decision.
Yeah. So I joined MK Party as head of research, so heading up the research team.
Wow.
Firstly, really cool team. People in the team are some of the most brilliant people I've ever met, and I'm really fortunate to be working with them. If they are watching, big fans. So, firstly, I had been approached by several people in MK since before elections.
Right.
At the time, I had a lot of questions about the party. I didn't yet get the answers or the clarity that I was hoping for.
Yeah.
I was okay with the manifesto, but it didn't have enough on the social side of things to make me comfortable. So at that point, I said, there's not enough for me with the platform that I have to justify making the step with the values and what I advocate for in this particular way. I was like, once those kind of things are fleshed out, like, I understand it's a very new party. I'm not like, the growing pains of a new party. I understand. So
sure.
As those things go on, but I'm going to need answers to those questions. So that was pre-elections. Post-elections, I was then contacted and somebody asked me, like, how do you feel about being in the research department or contributing on that side? I know it's a lot of what you do. We also need somebody to assist in breaking information down to an easy to digest level, not just for the MPs, but in terms of party policy as a whole, just to kind of clarify on things. At that point, I started asking more questions. Now things were a bit more flushed out. I was able to understand what the party's policy was. The party was also a lot more articulate in terms of what they wanted and what they wanted to do and what the anti-imperialist, anti-colonial, anti-racist agenda was of the party. And I was like, I can get behind this. I think what eventually sealed the deal for me was the Constitution. The Constitution made very clear statements on equality for everybody, including all kinds of minorities in terms of gender, all those kind of things. I was like, okay, the second.
There's some things that I'm taking out of that clip that I just played you guys. There's some things. Number one, the MK was approaching influencers before the elections. Before the elections. Including your boy. The MK was, when I was approached, the MK was non-existent. There was not a branch, nothing in the Northern Cape. Nothing. But you know me, I was the EFF guy. Viva EFF, Viva EFF. Unfortunately, for the EFF, they have declined all my requests for an interview in the Northern Cape. Yes, I'm talking about Abu Shedrick, all of them. The leadership of Northern Cape. I've approached them of the EFF, set appointments, agreeing, then the cancel, that nothing happens. So, and then end up blue ticking you. But anyway, I was still in love with the EFF. I still voted the EFF. It's not about your boy King. Today we talk about Darren, who was approached by several people before the elections. Now, many of you know how we all, especially us who are EFF supporters, before the elections, we loved Jacob Zuma. We loved him so much, but there was no historical data that we could compare the MK with the EFF. It wasn't. It didn't make sense for a logical person who thinks straight to join the MK before the elections. You had to be convinced with stats, numbers, and policy, constitution, and all of those things. That's why you see many people are jumping into the boat of the MK after the elections, and they were not there before the elections. So Darren was approached by 6 people. Is your political party approaching people? Is your political party approaching people? That's the question I'm asking. Because if you're going to come to social influencers like Darren, you can't go there with, we're going to give you a membership card, start at the bottom of the branch and work yourself up. No, it doesn't work like that. This person already, because a branch in most political parties, a branch is constituted of 100 people. And I think the EFF moved it to 100 people. 100 people is nothing for social influencers. It's nothing. Because I don't need to see those people physically. I can convince people over the screen to vote for the MK political party, to vote for the EFF. Because the influence is already here. You understand? So, guys, the MK is going to mess up a lot of political parties up. They are not only taking members from political parties, but they are going into the social media pool and pulling people there. Why stop there? Why stop there? Which political party does Itumeleng Kune vote for? There's so many others. Nota, that big mouse Nota that likes working with DJ Spoo. Wouldn't you like to have him in your political party? If you are the DA, or what's the other party? The Freedom Front Plus. Wouldn't you like to have Penuel in your pool? Wouldn't you like to have someone like Penuel in the DA there working there against us Africans? It's a good call. You make him a reasonable offer. I think he will join. A serious offer. You can't mess around with, because some of the social influencers, what they make online is above 40,000 rand a month. Some make even more. You guys understand what I'm saying? So they're not going to shift just to, risk their brand image just to be an ordinary member of any political party. So for me, I was so interested in understanding why is it that Darren has joined the MK political party. What was the reason? Let's listen to him.
I know I say the Constitution sealed the deal for me, but I don't think that is what sealed the deal. I think what did seal the deal for me is one of my first meetings with some of the leadership of the party. I went in.
Okay.
Like I asked uncomfortable, I asked tough questions. I said, these are my values. What is going on there? And where there wasn't a sufficient answer for me, I was told, advocate for that policy in the party. They said, you're going to be in the research department, bring us justification for what you are saying, bring us information on how this is relevant, explain your position, advocate for that in the party in its formative stages. You are free to do that in the party. And that I found was refreshing for me. I had not experienced that from many political parties that I engage with. And quite a few have reached out. I'll refrain from saying their names, but more than a handful. And I've asked them very difficult questions, and very few of them have actually said, fight us on it, and we'll change it. And we'll look at how we can do things differently. We are unopposed to that.
So if the MK political party is having meetings, Darren, before they even joined the MK party, remember he joined on the 22nd of October, so almost a month ago, and now they're giving him this position. Now we can talk about it. You guys, if they are having meetings now with Darren, imagine what other meetings are they having. Don't be surprised your boy King comes here with a red t-shirt and said Viva EFF. You don't know. Your biggest celebrities. For me, our freedom in South Africa needs exactly what the MK is doing. It needs exactly. There's like your radio personalities don't make 2 million a year. For me, I would risk as a political party that has funding, the ANC, the economic freedom fighters, any political party, I would risk and go and fetch someone like DJ Spoo. In fact, I would fight tooth and nail to get Season Pofu Welsh in my political party. I would put Dr. Season Pofu Welsh in parliament. You be free to attack me on the comment section. Respectfully so. If I'm the MK, if I'm the EFF, I'm fighting tooth and nail to see what is the number on the checkbook that can get me Season Pofu Welsh, the biggest podcaster when it comes to political commentary in South Africa. He's the biggest right now in South Africa. Why are you not having meetings with Dr. Season Pofu Welsh? Why? Because what Darren is telling us, those people are open to inputs. Remember, the MK starting out. They are open to inputs to say, no, listen, we don't have that in our constitution right now. But please, by all means, convince us. Let's talk. Let's dialogue. Tell us why you think, let's talk about this. It's a new season of politics. Zakala Bafetu. Zakala. There is so many people I can think of, from entertainment, everything. Listen, if you take DJ Maporisa and you make him head of entertainment and campaigning, or part of the team of campaigning, DJ Maporisa is going to gig for you guys every campaigning that you're doing, opening or closing for Jacob Zuma or Julius Silo Malema. I think Malema works well with Shebeshit, works well with him. Pull that boy into the political arena. Pull him. This is the season of numbers. How many people are voting for you? Who can you bring? Don't tell me about a branch of 100 people. Do you know how many followers our Darren has? So from that 235 followers that he has on TikTok, that he will be speaking to on a daily basis, believe you me, from that 200 and something, 50,000 are going to follow him to the MK. Believe you me, 50,000 are going to follow him to the MK. Remember, about 30-something thousand to 40,000 gets you a seat in parliament. Do you guys understand what I'm trying to say? Listen, take everyone. Meg G and Saul, take everyone. Take everyone. Let them publicly endorse your political party. Give them a position. Give them a stipend. Give them a salary. Do something to bring these influencers into the political world. Because the next question that Darren answers is what celebrities and influencers like myself are stuck in between. They are stuck is to say, I want to get involved in politics, but hey, I can't start at the back of the line. I've got a job and I've got this. They are caught in between. That's why most of us are saying, no, we are neutral. I'd rather become neutral. Let me stick to Pan-Africanism. Anyone that wants to, develop black people and advance African people, I'm there for them. But Darren answers it so well, and it got me thinking.
So for me personally, the decision, I've always been on the fence about whether to stay neutral or to get involved in the work of politics. I was good either way. I was good to stay where I was and stay neutral. I had managed to kind of lock myself into a position where I could say what I wanted to say and nobody was going to kind of try and direct my speech.
Yeah.
But I was also open to being involved in the work of politics and getting a more intricate understanding of it and being involved in how policies are framed and structured. And that last part was important to me. It was one of the things I'd said in the meeting with leadership. I was like, I want to be involved in shaping policy and articulating that policy in the public. Because for me, my personal agenda, if you want to call it that, is to make sure that we have an electorate that falls in love with policy and falls in love with ideology, more importantly. I don't think we're yet at the stage in society where we fall in love with an ideology. We kind of idolize the person who embodies that ideology, and we see that person as like the be-all and end-all of that ideology, and it's not. And so what I would like to be involved in on a personal level, and what is always going to be what I'm trying to do in whatever role I'm working, is to try and get the electorate, try and get the South African public to look at ideology and say, that's the ideology I want for myself and I want for society. And the person who embodies that and carries that will be a secondary decision, not the primary one, which it is now. We look at a leader as this X, Y, and that kind of leader. And all they are is really carrying a particular ideology and enforcing that through policy. And we need to move past that very fast.
So this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's not easy for Connie Ferguson or someone to publicly endorse a political party because their career has got so much weight. You know, people follow them and they know once I say, I love EFF, the MK people are going to hate me. Once I say, I love the ANC, the EFF people are going to hate me. So for celebrities, they just don't publicly endorse what you call political parties. Influencers are different. Darren, you could hear, like most people started swaying to the MK party after the elections. And of course, it's probably because he was having meetings. I wonder how many more news are going to break before the end of the year, by the way. Before the end of the year, how many more news? Because one thing I don't like about my fighters, my EFF fighters are ignorant of the fact of numbers. And ngithanda kanjani EFF nkosi yami. Yo, thanda kanjani EFF. Want to see the EFF do so well because for me EFF, I identify with the EFF because it's the political party of our lifetime. You understand what I'm saying? But they are losing the plot, man. They are losing the plot. I gave you guys advice, EFF. I gave Usihle Lonzi advice on how to run the youth league. I gave you ideas, not advice, ideas on how to do things. And I told you guys, if you guys do the things properly, you can win the varsities back. You can win, but they're not listening to your boy King. I'm going to start charging these people Malay called Drekisiras. Because I'm saying to the MK party, obviously the MK party I can't advise because it looks like they're already doing it. Don't stop with Darren. There are so many other influencers. I'm telling you. I would put Dr. Season Pofu Welsh on a secret pay slip or something up until I will announce Dr. Season Pofu Welsh in 2028. I will, or just before the the local elections. Like, guys, I would give these guys positions. I mean, what is it that Dr. Season Pofu Welsh does not have that other MPs have there in Parliament? What is it what's so special about most of these MPs? Absolutely nothing. You're going to have meaningful discussions and input from Dr. Season Pofu Welsh. In fact, maybe I should do a video about him. He must join the EFF or the MK. He must join a political party. You must join, but the numbers must be good because I'm sure he's making quite a reasonable amount on YouTube, and you know he's a doctor himself. I'm not sure where is he working, but I think he's lecturing. He's lecturing. Is he lecturing at Vets? I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm sure financially he's okay. So the number that you need to bring in front of him, it's a number. It's a number, not a number nyana. Not a number nyana. This is how we can beat our colonizers. And remember, when Gogozil made a video where she was speaking, she said something. She said, I am also now in control of going out in the public fishing for talent. And I was like, what is this woman? Where is she gonna get this talent? They are searching for us on social media. Mainstream media is slowly dying. I'm telling you. Like you one day you're gonna say to someone, no, did you see what SABC said? And that person will say, no, if King said so, did not say it, I don't believe it. If King said so, does not breaking it down, I don't believe it. If Jamie, Mighty Jamie does not break it down, I don't believe it. If Dr. Susan Pofu Welsh does not say it, I don't believe it. If Decent does not cover it, I don't believe it. If politically incorrect with Mashiane does not say it, I don't believe it. If my sister Zizi does not cover it, I don't believe it. Who am I missing? If my sister from Umoya does not cover it, I don't believe it. So it's going to be that type of a season where, like, people will say, I want to hear DJ Spoo break it down. I want that interview to be a DJ at the Hustler's Corner. Things like that. Mainstream media is slowly dying. Give them a few more years. If they don't adapt to this trend of influencers, because I'm telling you, Abu Adri and St. Pierre, they're gonna start their own YouTube channels because they can make more money here and with more effort, less effort than what they are doing on SABC, and more freedom. Clement Manyatela, they're going to start their own platforms. Don't say King did not tell us. Many of these radio personalities should be having YouTube accounts anyway. Everybody will be moving to YouTube. Angas, put you on tolerator or on taller later. Yo, tell me what you think about this move of Darren. Personally, I think it's an excellent move. I think political parties must move into this direction of influencers. They must call us. They must try their luck. And it's gonna be very difficult with some of us. But I'm saying they must try their luck. They must talk to different influencers, because at the end of the day, it's about how many people can you influence to vote for a specific political party. And I think Darren is going to influence and play a meaningful role to the MK political party. Then his value is so much for me. It's so much. He's still young, 33 years old. Where is this young man going to be when he's 40? He'll be running for deputy president of a political party or something. He's very big. He's not a small boy. The brains are there. I love it. So I'll make colored mensa as a belief. As you know, party Suvajela can vote for. That is the MK. That's Darren. Give me Stefan for home Leicester. So they've got a colored now in the party. So that is good. Listen, I want the National Colored Congress to join the MK party. I want ATM to join the MK party. I believe that Zungula is going to be won by Jacob Zuma. I would have loved him to be on the EFF, but I don't think EFF is fishing. I don't think EFF is just busy focusing on their problem. They are not fishing for people. Let them call us, man. EFF, call us, man. Schoolman nani, man. EFF. But anyway, these political parties, they don't listen to us. Well, actually, they do. They're just stubborn because Darren took, during the politics, when the results were coming out and everything, his channel just went bonkers and people were watching him left and right. But it just shows and goes to shows the influence that we have as influencers. So when we see that, we get inspired that but people are listening. People are listening. Thank you so much, guys. And to everyone that has donated to the Pan-African School of Economics, Technology and Agriculture, I respect you guys so much. Your funds are going on for to a very good use. I told you guys on the 2nd and 3rd of April, we'll be having a fundraiser event where we'll be trying to raise enough funds for us to at least sign a contract of 12 months with the constructors. So when people work, they don't work for 2 months and then stop, and then just to have enough money to have work for 12 months, so that the people, when they come to work, at least they know that their year is secured. So we're going to need a lot of you guys to come on board, to help us with ideas on how to do the best fundraising event for our school, so that our school can come to reality. Thank you so much, guys. We have the land, we have everything. Don't forget to visit www.paseta.co.za. Click the 3 dots on the side and click community, so that you can open your own account. It's like YouTube, it's like Twitter, it's like Facebook, it's like social media platforms where you can post and comment and everything. I would like to meet you guys there. So thank you so much for everything. What am I forgetting? Yeah, that's about it. I'm so excited about this move from Darren. I respect him, and I respect the MK for doing this. And I'm pleading with the other political parties. Don't have that old model of the ANC of saying you have to grow up the ranks, and so that you can be a youth leader, a parliamentarian or whatever. It does not work in this season where we are. Political parties need to adapt to today's time. That's all I'm going to say. Until we meet again, don't forget to pray. But after you pray, stand up, African child. Do your best so that God can do the rest. Peace in Pan-Africanism. I salute you.